Is there any way to beat this man?
X2 Twins won!
Picking up a back top.
He decided to stop healing! X2 Twins the fuck up, baby!
Pass waiting, just every single little edit. There we go, another shot on Devour. Goes for it and gets the shot. There's another elimination.
And here now on board with Jordy, another fan favorite, a streamer, and a fun one to watch. And Jordy's going to connect for the headshot on Keith. Well done from him. Jordy sitting with his third elimination. At the point, he is finally...
picks up his
Jalen
sixth.
that was mask. Wow. One more elim for Jalen, and he gets his third point of the game. 4 players left.
Jalen has
5.
sitting on 1 HP. Jordy, Twins.
Not kidding up.
Only a few players left, and this is the final circle. He's going to have to sneak in here, and that might be all she wrote. Jalen going down with 6 elims, should still feel good about that.
Oh, look who's still alive here. It's going to be the X2 twin. That's Jesse, who qualified, going for the heal-off. We know how well he plays in the late game, a more passive player, very smart, very consistent player, and it looks like one of the X2 twins is looking to win this first game.
Janzar Minkin's going to go down the storm here in a second. Snake just throwing it all the way down. That redeploy maybe. Could not land it.
And it's going to be Jesse.
Brings it home.
Can you believe it? Game number 1. With 5 HP to his name, it is Jesse, the X2 twin himself, representing for the brothers here, and a nice cheeky dance to celebrate as well. What a performance from the X2 twin as he comes out with the first victory royale of the day.
One thing that you pointed out in the middle of that, now over the course of the entire match, we saw a number of players, a lot of go-to strategies that we've seen in the past. You mentioned though, Parpy taking shots at players that were all the way up in the air, knowing full well that he was not going to be challenged. That's that kind of awareness. We don't see too many people North America side taking advantage of that, so it was excellent to see. But man, positioning, timing, Jesse taking home the first victory royale of 6 today. Can we get some noise in the audience, please? We actually have Elfish right now over with Jesse. I'm curious, what was the play of choice there? Elfish, over to you, my friend.
Thanks, Lupo. Yeah, obviously I've got Jesse here with me, the winner of Heat number 1. Now, I spoke to a lot of people in the CPL Discord before we came into this event, and I sort of asked them who they thought was going to perform well, and your name actually came up quite a lot. Now, we did film a little bit of a video earlier on before this event started. I actually said Jordan was my guy to look at because he shares the same name as me, but unfortunately he's not here. I want to speak to you about that though. There's a lot of eyes on you, I suppose, coming into an event like this. Do you feel like maybe there's a bit of pressure or nerves coming into this?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with my brother, he didn't qualify, so he's a bit bummed out right now, and a lot of pressure, I guess, on us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to talk to you as well about how your strategies were working going into that game. Saw you in a plane in a Stormwing a little bit earlier. Then you obviously got knocked down onto the ground, went into that heal-off. Was that kind of always the strategy going into the late stages of the match, or did you sort of kind of have to pick that up on the fly?
Yeah, no, 100%, that was my strategy. I was running around with 1 shotgun and just full heals, so I wasn't really going for kills, just going for placement.
Absolutely, and that certainly worked out quite well for you. Now, last question. I think there's a lot of good players coming into this top 100. Is there anyone in particular that you're looking out for?
I'd say all the Mind Freak boys and Contest. He's doing really well recently.
Awesome. Well, we'll see if any of those guys are going to make it through in the next couple of heats. Thanks very much for talking to us. Congratulations on the win. Let's go up to you, Ben.
Getting stuck against a surface like that can spell elimination for some players if you can't get out of it very quickly. Luckily, Casper is okay. Phil, Soda, Jesse's still there, stuck. He's sitting in the same box on the north side of Tilted, and I don't blame him because it is safe. Yep. There is no reason to move from that, and minus maybe going after loot from a third party from somebody else. If he's sitting on a lot of build already, I'd take a nap in there and just wait it out. Look at it. Actually, look at his materials. Are you kidding me?
This is textbook.
He's on 2,500 already. He's got a blue pump, a green AR, not a whole lot of ammunition for that, but the heals alone, 2 full shields, a med kit, 15 bandages. Jesse is looking endgame, like you said earlier. That is the strat, and he's going for it.
Yep, I love it. And I love how you pointed out the fact that some of these players are content with just making their own 1x1s. Rather than that expensive rent at Big Red Brick, they're going to make themselves their own little shack, a 1x1 box and post up. Expect that to happen here. As rotation's coming early from Jesse, the X2 twin. Smart play, smart decision to rotate early, and we'll see if it helps, as it looks like we are going to be traversing a mountain, or is it in Tilted?
It's still in Tilted.
It's still in Tilted, that second circle.
This is going to get absolutely ridiculous here in a moment. We're going to have a lot of players trying to replace walls and move at the same time. You see here, Jesse's building up literally, he's gluing himself to the side of the Big Red apartment building. You hear traps going down inside too. He's gonna have to keep his eyes and ears open for that.
Wow.
Left, right going down in the feed to Sync from Chief.
Yep, that's 3 members of Chief still alive. That's Skyla, Leia with 2 eliminations to their name, and Sync has 1, I believe. So what a finish here from a lot of the household players in Fortnite. If you don't know X2 twin Jesse, there are 2 twin brothers. One of them, unfortunately, did not qualify, but they played next to each other. They stream on one channel. They jump back and forth from gameplay. They have a YouTube channel as well. It is some of the most entertaining Fortnite gameplay I have seen. Make sure to check those 2 out as content creators in Fortnite. Fun players to watch and top players as well.
You've got 4 people too. Looks like they all took the same rift to go as soon as it was popped. But just kind of spiraling in above. You don't want to drop too early, because if you do, we're going to land on somebody like Jesse's branch that he's building there. You see on the left side of your screen, he's going to try and sneak his way in ahead of the move. Ziadis gets tapped a little bit there. Rubsy, one of our elim leads earlier, actually the only one with 4 eliminations, goes down to the Storm, claims another life there. Ziadis gets an excellent shotgun shot off there.
Here comes the madness on the rotations. You see these players just tunneling their way alive. Phil's gonna get taken out by the Storm here. Ziadis in a bad spot. He's gonna get shut down by Dolph. And it looks like during the rotation is where you see a lot of these eliminations picked up. Look at these tunnels in this pure building right now from the Australian region.
Absolute madness.
Insanity. This is what you expect from a tilted finish.
Like I said, you see a number of players, Hype and Colt, both kind of stuck down towards the bottom. Adams getting caught by the Storm, rotating on the outside. Player number 71 gets eliminated. Surprisingly, Barn still alive down at the bottom. Spoiler, I say K picks up an Elim. Colt down to the Storm there. You see the feed is going to be the place to watch people on rotations like this, because things get so crazy. So many players moving in the same area. Quick shotgun shot. Spoiling trying to pick up an Elim, but the wall stopped it. Jesse way ahead of the game down there, trying to stay up on his opponents. That branch is pretty weak, not a whole lot behind it, but he's way ahead of the game.
So smart. The fastest to rotate. Both times we saw the rotation over to Big Red and back over to his original 1x1. He's the first to rotate. So smart, so methodical is Jesse. And he has full health, full shield right now as well. And look how many mats he still has, 700.
You have to remember, though, he was sitting on 2,500 roughly before this rotation. When he moved out of that little building he had on the north side of Tilted, he was sitting pretty. He's already burned through all of the wood and all the brick. That's how much building goes into rotations in competitive Fortnite. People are trying to layer themselves off defensively as fast as possible.
Down to our final 10 players here in game number 2. You see Jesse, you gotta say he's a favorite with the most HP total. Big Hark is gonna get shut down here, and he's gonna get taken out, down to 9. The rotation's coming through. Keith gonna pick up 1 as well. Jesse, again, the first player to rotate, so smart, and it continues. He's gonna take the 10 HP tick in the Storm here. That means Jesse wants to play for the heal off. Expect him to go for late game heal off with that med kit. He loves it, and he does it so consistently.
320 materials left. He's starting to run out of mats here, and this branch, if somebody shoots down the structure behind him, granted, he has multiple layers of metal to keep him alive. That's why he's going to rotate back. That thing's already set up. He can move to the next circle, and this is the final one. The circle's going to close as soon as it gets down to a pinpoint there. It's going to turn into a heal off. 7 players left, or somebody up above. Keith may be the one to go for a big push. He does not have the ability to heal any HP at this point, unless he's got a campfire hidden away somewhere that I can't see. Dolph going down to Taylor in the feed. 6 players left, 15 seconds left until this circle closes, and it's time to make some choices here. Keith going to look up above, no builds left. He's got to start shooting stuff down.
Yep.
Try and get every elimination that he can. We'll see if he can do it. He's got 3 left. He's got to pick up 2 elims before his HP ticks out. If he wants another point, gets one down to the bottom. Taylor falls, eliminated by Storm damage, and Jesse picking up a back-to-back.
Can you believe it? X2 twin Jesse does it again. That's 2 in a row for the hero, the king of Australia so far, as he's looking to cement himself in the history of competitive Fortnite. How smart was that gameplay, Lupo? You knew he wanted it early based on the fact that he took that 10 HP tick, he had a med kit, he had bandages, and he played that so incredibly smart to secure that Halo victory.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think we have a list of 99 players that need to start taking notes. I don't have the time to name them all, but obviously Jesse from the X2 Twins, he knows what he's doing. He's putting himself in advantageous positions. The amount of materials he's sitting on to stay ahead of every single rotation. His builds are on point. He's layering multiple layers simultaneously to try and keep himself up. If he has to build a branch, he's ahead of the game there too. How do you beat that? Avoiding fights is key here if placement's your goal. And it should be. $400,000 total on the line is insanity.
Yeah, keep my big bonus is not activated here. That's a game format that Epic used in the Fall Skirmish series where every elimination after 7, I believe, is 1 additional point. That's not activated here in this game system, so placement becomes even more important. You can't knock a player like Jesse X-Twin for playing the way that he's doing and playing smart here and not even putting shots in, just trying to avoid fights. And doing a great job at it. It's really, I mean, he's smart, he's methodical, he does it in such an intelligent way too. It's not like he's just taking an easy win. He's playing so incredibly consistent and smart. It's hard to do against these top players in Fortnite.
I'm going to try and remember specifically, but I believe he had 13 shotgun shells about 10 minutes ago as well. Literally avoiding every fight he possibly can. Krabby goes down to himself. Looks like the Storm may have taken an elimination there. Rocky picking up an Elim and Dolph.
And I was gonna point out, he was low ground. I'm like, the first 2 games he won was high ground and mid ground. I didn't realize he had a rift to go in his pocket. So he was staying low ground just long enough to regain high ground now with that rift to go. Keep an eye on Jesse here, as Zarby currently does have ultimate high ground.
Time for the rotations. A lot of these players building branches in to try and maintain high ground. Zarby trying to take shots from above. Doesn't get enough damage dealt out there. And there, the fall damage a little bit. Almost a risk there. Almost eliminated by gravity itself. Zarby building back up. He wants to stay above every single player that he can, especially sitting on an RPG at this point. 22 players left. This circle's about to finish. We'll be looking at circle 7 rotation. And it's another south move.
I was just about to say, this is Zarby's game to lose. He had high ground, he had mats to his name, and he had an RPG. A good position to get a 5th elimination, but he gets taken out because he didn't build a pyramid and additional fortification on his builds, I believe. Twiz takes himself out as well after getting that elim. Still on board with Jesse, the X2 twin.
I want to point out, too, that Keith, the 2nd place, I believe, after placement from last game and elimination count, he is still alive as well. So we have the 1 and 2 still. Yeah, there he is, Keith, all the way to the back. He might be trying to pop a bandage right at the edge of the storm here. He's going to have to scoot in before he ticks out. Vince, ultimate high ground contest in the bottom there, taking a little bit of damage. Araki and Jesse both way ahead of the rest of the field here. Arwen trying to float in, a late drop in, and it might not be fast enough to get down. He's trying to dodge through the structure, and he makes it. Vince cannot get the elimination. 8 players left, a top-down view for Vince. He might be in the best spot right now, 11 HP left. Gancho Smiles, shotgun drop on contest. Surprise, I'm above you.
Peekaboo, says Smiles. He picks up 1. And now, again, Vince does have ultimate high ground, so it could be a good opportunity for him. Smiles going for a 2nd. Look at it, he has 11 HP, and he's playing like he has full shields, full health. Smile with ultimate confidence, not high ground in this one.
What an absolute savage. He's trying to pick up as many points as he can. He's got 3 eliminations. He's going to have to go for 2 more. The shot on Arwen gets it. Are you kidding me?
Smile, welcome to competitive Fortnite on the global scale as he's performing here, still alive some way, somehow. Who is it? None other than Jesse, who's actually rotating first and early again, but he's going to lose his mid ground here. He's going to take some shots, so Jesse's going to have to shoot some bullets finally in the late game.
Potentially the first damage he's taken the entire time. He's sitting on 13 shotgun shells, a full shield potion, 5 bandages, and barely any materials. He's canning himself up against the wall. He's looking for a late game heal off, which means with 4 players left, Vince, Araki, or Keith, somebody's going to have to make the decision to push Jesse right now if they want to get this. Otherwise, he's in the best spot. And Keith goes down. Araki picking up the 5th elimination. That's 2 points, a top 3 finish.
There it is. Vince.
The drop down to 1v1. Vince versus Jesse. Can Jesse pick up a 3rd win in a row?
He's going for heal off. 2 med kits and a campfire here for Vince. I'm whispering so Jesse doesn't hear me. Vince versus Jesse, the heal off. Jesse only had 5 bandages earlier. Vince has high ground. He stops healing. He decided to stop healing. That's going to cost him the game.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. I'm lost for words, Lupo. Wow.
That might have been one of the biggest upsets we've seen at the very last, the 1v1. Vince absolutely had that covered. All he had to do was sit in the campfire, but he didn't realize that Jesse had no healing left. He was rotating with the circle, and that was it. As soon as he canceled that med kit, that was it.
So, you know, honestly, if you're not going for first, what are you doing? I actually might have to go back in my own words here. Play with aggression in my eyes and try and find a way to take him out. He's just playing so smart, though, that you can't outsmart him. No one's able to outsmart Jesse right now. It's amazing.
The king of Australia, yeah?
I think so.
Speaking of said king, we have him over with Elfish right now. Elfish, please, what is there any way to beat this man?
Guys, this is absolutely insane. 3 times in a row, Jesse. Crowd, I need some more cheers. This guy is an absolute monster. Now, I want to talk about the atmosphere here in Margaret Court Arena. You've won 3 times in a row. There's lots of cheers. Everyone's getting hype. Is that affecting you at all? Are you getting sort of inside your mind, or are you kind of blocking it out? Is it just your own little world?
I'm trying to block it all out. It's pretty surreal having all these people watching me. Like, in real life, it's different, because in stream, it's just cool. It's a nice atmosphere.
Awesome, awesome. I want to know as well, the casters were just sort of talking about maybe changing strategies, either other players or yourself, now that you've won 3 in a row. It seems like a silly question. Are you planning on changing your strategy? Do you want to go for some more aggressive drops, maybe land tilted, something like that?
Nah, all placement, all the way.
Absolutely. I think that's probably a good strategy. Do you think, though, anyone else is maybe going to change their strategy up, start to try and snipe you? Obviously, there's $100,000 on the line for first place, and you're gunning for that at the moment.
They can come try if they want.
Ooh, fighting words, fighting words. I'm excited to see it. All right, last question. In that clutch situation, I think that was probably the closest things I've gotten so far for you today. Did you recognize the situation that you were in where it looked like if it was going to be a heel off, you were actually going to lose?
Yeah, I have no idea. If he had more HP, he won that, so just got lucky.
Lucky, maybe, but I think a lot of skill involved there as well. Let's go back up to you, Ben.
For sure. The player we haven't seen yet is X2 twin Jesse. We'll see where he is and what position he is in a moment, as he needs a performance here. Needs another consistent top 3 finish to secure his victory and his $100,000. His brother Jordan is watching right now, anxiously rooting on his brother. And man, I'm excited to watch that duo.
I wonder if they're going to share, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, right here, hey, bud. Here, you take some too.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of one and the same.
They are
synonymous, really, when it comes to Fortnite and the community. But I don't know. I think I'd be taking that full 100K myself. I'm a bit of a selfish guy, as they say.
One stream, one YouTube channel, man, it is great content. Like I said, they go back and forth between their perspectives. It is some of the best. I had actually watched a bunch of their YouTube videos.
I love it.
Prepping for this, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, would be great at this point for any of these players. I think Taylor still.
Oh, the X-Twin lost his Stormwing, I believe.
Yeah, he did. He's down on the ground. See him, well, not on the ground, not yet anyway. Just turtling up. And this is exactly how we've seen him play time and time again. Getting ahead of everyone else, right next to that Storm, hugging it, turtling, and finding that best position. I don't know, this is looking a bit scary for everyone.
And I think if any player benefited from rotating circles, that change that was made in the middle of Season 4, I believe, it really was Jesse and his brother Jordan. They're so smart at those rotating circles, and in the late game, they really capitalize. Meanwhile, Jax picks up 1. It's been a pleasure watching him so far. And we're on board. All eyes on Jesse, putting some shots in already. He's going to continue the early rotation, the first one to do it. But he's going to get tagged up quite significantly from the back there.
Yeah, looks to just build around himself. Still got a few bandages there to play with as well. So he's okay for now. If we get into a heal battle, absolute chaos going on in this final circle. So many players left alive, 29.
Look at this, Jax trying to regain high ground, but he's gonna get spotted out there. Nice job recognizing that he's in a pretty bad spot. He's rotating through. And I love the mid-game, or the mid-game meta play here. Everyone's fighting for mid-ground, and Araki picks up 1 as well.
Yeah, still alive, finding another elimination. Looking to take that 100K at the 11th hour away from Jesse at the moment, who is currently leading. Keith, 11 HP for him, does have a couple of minis at least. Geordie getting taken down. Kieran also falling. But Araki, the one I think that we need to keep an eye on. Araki and Jesse, it's the race to the finish. It's the race right now to the 100K.
And it all comes down to this. Araki trying to stay on top here. Goes to Keith, not much HP to his name, but still playing with such aggression against Jax, who has full HP and full shield. Cool Kid Casper currently has high ground as well. Jax takes out Arwen, and Jax still alive and making moves. Big play for Jax. Needs to stay alive right now. He's gonna get another one. Jax connects with a shotgun shot. He is out of match though. He is using the branch of the tree to stay alive.
No way.
Some way, somehow, Jax is still in this one. Araki takes out another one. It is gonna be an epic finish here in game number 6 of the Fortnite Summer Smash at the 2019 Australian Open. It comes down to this.
Jax on the low ground, being contested right now, but should be able to pick up this elimination. He's going up against someone with very low HP in the end. That is going to be... Jax actually drops as well. Shy gets them absolutely nuts here. I wasn't thinking he was going to get contested for that low ground, but a few players dropping down. And there you go.
Look at this, it all comes down to materials. Jesse only has 30 mats to his name.
He's
He
got
picks
another
up the
elimination.
limb on Shy. So Jesse with 2, he makes it 3. Jesse gets a point.
Araki still in the mix as well, has 5 eliminations. If he wins with 6, that might be enough to overtake Jesse. This is going down to the wire.
It might come down to an Araki versus Jesse finish here. That's a possibility. 6 players left. It all comes down to this. Jesse, the X-Twin, all eyes on him.
He's got no mats. Poppy's down now, but X2 Twins, they're on the ground.
This is not the situation Jesse likes to be in. He's gonna put some shots in on the mid-ground, but not many bandages to his name. Jesse, with 5 people left, needs to try
Where's
to do
Araki?
everything to stay alive. I think he has the cover to stay alive here. Here comes the heal off. Araki still high ground with a med kit as well.
Oh, I don't know about this one for Jesse. He only has the bandages. Araki, another elimination for him. That's 6, 2 points. Another one actually. Oh!
It's gonna be
Almost it was Jesse. But it's gonna be the snake. The snake. Araki, okay, let's break this down. 3rd place for Araki. He gets 2 points off that. He gets 6 eliminations, 2 points off that, so that's 4. Jesse, he came 2nd, I think. Yes, he did. Just confirming. 2nd with 3 elims.
So he gets 3 points.
He gets
for
3
Jesse.
points.
Araki had 6 elims. He was 1 away from that 7th threshold.
I think it's tied right now. Jesse and Araki on 11 points each.
Jesse just picked up 3 points.
3. Okay,
Yep.
so he's got 13. Never
So he has
mind me.
13. You gotta think.
Never do
Jesse's
maths on
in a-
stream.
Well, it is, of course, all about community, all about the players. And right now, it is about one player in particular. I would like to invite onto the stage the winner of the Fortnite Summer Smash here at the Australian Open. Bring him up on the stage from the Renegades. Won 3 games in a row from the X2 Twins. It is, of course, Jesse! Swing that one around to the front. Very, very nice. Firstly, mate, an absolutely huge congratulations to you. This has been an incredible day. Firstly, how does it feel to come out as champion? And secondly, what does $100,000 mean to you?
It's really good to come out with a win. A lot of practice that goes into it. Been last year screwing really hard. And in terms of the 100K, I don't know what it feels like. Hasn't sunk in yet.
It'll hit you eventually, don't worry. Now, we watched over the first 3 games, 3 victory royales. I think you might be the first person in a major event like this to three-peat. I even tagged you guys on Twitter and said, give me the three-peat, and you did it. So I appreciate you delivering on that one. That was huge. But what was the decision to just play how you played? Nobody else really played nearly as reserved as you did, and you managed to take advantage of that in a way I don't think anybody's seen yet.
Yeah, so with landing Dusty, I can be very consistent because I've always got zone. It's always in the middle, and there's mushrooms everywhere. So I can get 100 shield every game, and rotating around, just using your mats well.
Not trying to give your secret away, but that seemed to be extremely effective, so it would not surprise me if certain people take advantage of that in the Pro-Am. Just putting that out there.
I hope maybe some of our celebrities are paying attention. Maybe some of them won't know what Dusty is, but be very quickly onto Google trying to work out what they're supposed to be doing. Now, obviously, X2 Twins, there's 2 of you. Jordan, he didn't qualify for today. What does it mean for you knowing that as a duo, you've come together? Sure, one of you didn't make it through. The other one manages to come out on top. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah. Hopefully he feels better because I know he was really bummed out, missing out on the qualifier. This is the first big tournament, so unfortunate he missed it, but good we got a win.
Yeah, a great win is that. And three victory royales, yeah, feeling pretty good. Now, what about everyone else who you played with today? Obviously, in Australia, this is the first big Fortnite event that we've seen, a first real opportunity for, I think, a lot of players who, as you said, put a ton of time and work into their passion, into this game. What do you think an event like this means for them? Did it cause a bit of a stir when it was announced?
Yeah, for sure. It's good to finally showcase our talent because we've sort of been under the radar being in OCE. So yeah, it's good to see we're getting some recognition.
Nice.
Now, as competitive Fortnite goes forward, this is definitely not, this isn't the end, especially for Australia and New Zealand and everybody else down here. I'm curious, compared to the rest of the world, and I'm not trying to get you to like flex on anybody or anything like that, but do you guys, you think that the audience down here, the competitive crowd down here can compete with the rest of the world?
Honestly, I think so, yeah. We're all pretty competitive in OCE, and yeah, it's like the land of the sweats, so.
That's what I like to hear. You guys put on an excellent show. Can we get a round of applause, please?
Fantastic, good job, man. Before we let you go and enjoy your win, is there anyone you want to thank today?
Shout out to my dad. He gave up a lot to let me do what I do, so yeah.
Well, enjoy the win. Enjoy the 100K, mate. You can duck off now. Enjoy that with your family and friends, and of course, with your brother. Congratulations once again. Give it up one more time. It's Jesse.